Hello and welcome, faithful viewer, to yet another, Greg's opinion, basically, on various media. Okay, the Better Call Saul ending. Oh my god, it's been years in the making. I'm kind of surprised this franchise has lasted as long as it has. I mean, I thought Breaking Bad would go on for a good couple seasons. I liked it. I was a big fan of the original series. And how it ended was a little lackluster. It grew on me over time. It wasn't the big epic explosion it was. It was the fast-paced barrage of the ending, and it's grown on me. I've come to enjoy it for what it is. Um, it was just a different ending than I really thought at the time. I was expecting more of another explosion, but it was more of just a shootout sort of a thing. Um, I never thought Walter White would survive by the end of this thing. I never really thought he would. You know, I know he would live long enough to regret much of his decisions, but no, I never thought he would live to see the end of this thing. Uh, to be jailed and everything that he was always afraid of. But yes, it's a good cautionary tale of good intentions, and if you give yourself leeway to be bad, to break bad, it's like, yeah, but where it's going to lead you? It's like, well, yeah, it's going to lead to this complete and utter destruction. You be filthy rich, but you're completely lose, like, literally everything else. So it's a morality tale. And then with El Camino, I was really hyped for it when it first was announced, but then when I saw it, it seemed more like just a string of cameo appearances while showing Jesse's basically OVA movie. Well, short movie. I think it was more like an OVA type of after credits scene or story of him getting some money because apparently his money's gone. I don't know what happened to his money. I'm guessing it was taken when the police came and raided the Saul's place. I guess I'm not sure. I would have to go back and watch it, but I think maybe he gave it to the police or something happened to it, so he has to get more money, and then all that ensues. Very well acted. It just seems more like it was a contrivance to let's make up a story to give Jesse rather than just say what happened to Jesse afterwards. Just more of a natural progression of events. Like I said, here's this person's cameo appearance. Here's this person's cameo appearance. Here's this person's cameo appearance. Yeah, cameo appearances all around. They're in for a scene, then what do? It's like, bye. It's like, don't they have a better part to play? No, they have that one part, and then that's it. It's like, well, then, what? But it was nice to see a deleted scene, or an added-on scene, or I don't know what it is, exactly. But, the scene with Walter White at the diner after 4 days out, was really good. I liked it. Now, in Better Call Saul, again, I was a bit skeptical since El Camino that maybe this is not exactly what the way to describe to me was that this is God, how does that go? That he will do whatever he can, even on the steps of the courthouse. The biggest, was it the biggest square you're ever going to meet, or defending or whatever, however way it was described to me initially for the pitch meeting teaser or whatever. I thought, oh, it's a place to start. Is there the humble beginnings because it's supposed to be a prequel series? Okay, let's give me the start and we'll go from there. And what they gave me was more than what I expected. It actually was pretty damn great. I love the first like 3 seasons of Better Call Saul. It had good cameo appearances, which feel nice. They feel integrated. They feel like, well, if these people are still alive, what would they be doing right around now? And it's best to kind of bring in the old cast too. The Murder Twins, the Salamanca clan, the Chicken Man. Bring in, Gus Fring. Bring in these characters because they were around, but have them slowly creep in and to be part of the narrative. Hey, there you go. Organic reasons to exist in this story. And to kind of show what happened to some one-off line characters. uh, everything progressed rather well. I liked it. It showed sense of much like Walt. It's these mind games. It's this sense of skidding the edge of all or nothing. Seat of your pants type of manipulations and creativity, and I liked it. I liked the creativity. I like what Saul was able to pull off to get what you know, not say to get what he wanted, but to get what he needed done by his clients, and he became the mafia's the man, all that. And then this last season, for the end, I don't know. I thought he would eventually get caught and then have to go and be like they were like trying to prosecute him, and then he would come up with because he's a lawyer, he'd come up with legal loopholes, so his 50-year sentence would be reduced to like a couple of years, and he'd be out, and he would go with Kim, and they would live their more peaceful, more humble lives, but still have a little bit of something, a bit of shiftiness on the side, just a little bit. Like they haven't entirely, lost their mojo. There's still a little bit of the old prankster still in them, I thought. But this ending, again, maybe it'll grow on me like the others. It's just that, James McGill, because that's what he goes by now instead of Saul, wanted to just unburden his conscience. I mean, he lost his money in a dumpster, the diamonds. And then he went to jail, decided to just clear his conscience and give Kim she's not a part of this thing. Okay, I get that. So James McGill gets to live in prison for the next 20 years. He had 7. Now it's 20. I honestly thought he wouldn't entirely get away with it, but he would get away with enough. And just retire from being Slippin' Jimmy, but he just wouldn't be in prison. There was an ending to a movie I have somewhere here called The Newton Boys, the Fantastic Newton Boys. And their ending was rather anticlimactic itself, but it showed that they get to do the one thing like no one else in the position ever did. They robbed banks and trains and things. But unlike everybody else in their profession, they actually lived and died of old age. They said, yeah, they went to prison for a while. Then when they got out, they lived until they died. That was it. It was a profound ending because it said, oh, that's in contrast to everybody else in their profession. And that what made it a good ending, because it was a unique ending. It wasn't that they got away with it. It's that they went to prison. But what was unique about it, what stood out, is that they died of old age, out on their own, in their out in life, outside of prison. And that what made it interesting. That's why I liked it. That's like sort of the ending. It's like at first I'm like, oh no, this is where they do, and I kept reading each little epitaph paragraph thing that says like where are they now, like what happened to them. And I liked the last one because it made contrasting sense. It made it more unique. This doesn't feel unique. This ending to Better Call Saul, it doesn't feel really warranted, or it just doesn't feel like after everything that guy went through, it was getting Kim's respect, the Man of Recap said. I guess. I don't know. Probably her attention again would be my guess, is what he got. I don't know how they're going to continue any sense of relationship now. But who knows? Maybe in another 5 years, it'll grow on me. It's not to say it wasn't well shot, and yes, staying in black and white is, yeah, there is no color in Jimmy's life anymore. Uh, it just seems more of a downer ending than I was expecting. I didn't expect him to get away with all of it, but just enough to make it feel okay, feel good. I don't know, I was expecting a little too much out of it. I don't know. As talented as he was, as brilliant a lawyer as that character Jimmy Saul Goodman was, I was just hoping for a little bit more to get yourself out of a mess you find yourself in. Or he gave Kim the diamonds. I don't know, but just something that says it was kind of for something other than just a clean conscience. Who knows? Maybe they'll make another movie where they have Jesse come back, and Saul would, or no, and Saul and Jesse would wind up in prison together, and then they would break out or something. I don't know. Go on the lam or something. I don't know. Maybe find the search for Jesse's money or something like that, and then they would go their separate ways and buy some islands somewhere. Who knows? Or steal back the money from the police impound. The evidence lockers. They have billions of, seized money in there, so why not just take that? That's a thought. Anyway. Again, I like the series. It was well shot, despite how the ending ended. It was a very well told story of, before, the episode breaking, Better Call Saul from Breaking Bad season 2, episode 7, I think it was. So I highly recommend the series. Again, I'm not entirely in love with all of it all the time, but it's something I do come back to once in a while, and I watch occasionally on Netflix. I have parts of it here in my TV series section. Parts of that, and Better Call Saul, and maybe someday I'll get El Camino. But until then, fair, faithful viewer, remember, see you at the movies. Bye.